Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. It's the Parent Entrepreneurs here, and today what we'll be doing is we'll be continuing our investing with Max series. If you guys have not watched the previous video, I highly suggest you guys go watch that now. As a disclaimer, this is just for educational purposes only, and if you're looking for financial advice, I highly suggest you seek out a registered financial advisor. If that makes sense, let's get started. All right. Share my screen here. Make myself a little bit bigger. I'm gonna remove this close docs. All right, guys. So what you can see here is we'll be going over Rare Capital, Lipase, BLGB, Weed, ACB, and TLRY. And as you can see from the charting here is that it created another support and resistance, meaning the support. There's a new support where on December, the end of December, basically majority of the cannabis stocks pretty much tanked, right? And it was pretty crazy to see because it hit a new lower lows, and yeah, I was pretty surprised, especially for RIP Capital. As you can see here, on December 28th, guys, look at this. The high of the stock was 25 cents, and it opened at 25 cents basically, and the low was 0.185 cents, and it closed at 0.195. So that's a new lower low for the stock. I haven't seen the stock basically go that low, and it's kind of concerning. And what I've noticed with the comments in the CEO.ca is that a lot of people are not happy about this stock. All right, so basically you can see here on the 19th, you can see that it's just been going red ever since the 12th. So the 12th, and you can see the volume, it was up 42K. Then after that, on the 13th, the volume was 374, and the high of 34.5, then low of 31 cents. Then it just keeps going on lower till it broke on the December 20th, which was the high of 26.5, low of 24 cents. Then after that, you can see here on the 21st that close was 26 cents, low of 23.5. Then it just kept on going down with this new support resistance, and you can see right now it looks like it's going basically it hit this low on December 28th at 18.5. Then you can see a little bit of the green days here, but the volume's still not good. And you can see this like lightning of January 6th, and you can see New York State Cannabis Control Board approves changes of control requests from Rare Capital Target ETN LLC. And you can see on here also September 14th, independent proxy advisory firm IS recommends shareholder vote for Rare Capital's board. But I'll show you on CEO.ca, there was more information about this decision for the ETN LLC, and there's this one big shareholder that wasn't too happy about the performance and also about this closing. Okay, so what I'm seeing right now is, okay, you can see it's green, but it's a long way for the stock to get back up to the $1 range. And as you can see, ever since on April of 2022, the stock has been at $1.40. Then the last time it ever was in that range, like above the $1, was around you can see here May 5th, right? So it was above the low of $1.02. Then the next day you can see that the low was $1, close at 105, and it basically drop after that. Then it's just been going down and down. So this is the stock that is definitely not performing very well, and it's been going down ever since. This is one of my biggest loser for Rare Capital, this stock for sure. So no doubt about that. So we'll see if they can get some traction and get their marketing game in plan, and hope to get more investors coming in and believing what these guys can do. Okay, so going to Rip Capital, let's go, if I can find it. So yeah, you can see here, Love Dude, you want to get suspended again, still crying, 100% agree, this is currently managed company, they burnt through so much money. Or help us. Maybe Joe Fresh Minimum should be buying the shares. You would think. Wake up, Joe. Then yeah, this one here. Yeah, this is the one on the 21st. Rev Capital acknowledged receipt of shareholder meeting, but where was that? I think it was Rev Capital largest shareholder JW Asset Management requisition special meeting to address necessary leadership change. So this is the one that was pretty quite significant. And if we're looking at the stocks here, where it actually really dipped, so on December 20th, so this one here, so that was on a Tuesday, December 20th, right? So here, so this was a red day, so it was hovering at 0.2065, low of 24 cents. Then that news came out, then it just basically went down, and you can see this was the biggest sell-off on the 28th, low of 0.185, and it's because of one factor, which was this one here. So I'll open this guys up for you guys, and basically what this is, as you can see today, Brave Capital today announced that its board of directors received a shareholder requisition on December 20th, 2022, requesting that the company call a special meeting for Brave Capital shareholder for the purpose of, among other things, electing 5 new directors to the board just 3 months after the shareholder election. All 7 of the company nominees, it's AGM, annual general meeting. Then basically they're saying that, you know, this company, this shareholder have advised the company that they hold not less than 5% of the company Class A common share. JW had previously filed an application with the Ontario Superior Court of Justice in connection with the company process regarding its acquisition ownership of Etienne LLC. Among other things, ordered the company repurchase all the Class A common shares held by DJ funds. The application was heard in September 2022, and the parties are currently awaiting disposition of the matter from the court. So yeah, this was pretty massive. And also they were saying that once, you know, the Hawthorne Collective Inc. took over, basically the value of the stocks just kept on going down, meaning like the share price. So it doesn't, I don't think it tells you here, but I think it was another article that I read that from. So market build, market rebel capital establishes, blah, 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 blah. I wonder if I can see on the other one here. So if I go to Rev Capital, and let's see, it might be this one here. It was just the acknowledgement. That was just the acknowledgement. I'll go here. It might be files that are it might have been where I saw that is probably in the, it might be even in Yahoo. Select below, but yeah, 24 million common shares DW. So you can see there that they hold 33,433,334 common shares, representing approximately 20%, almost 20% of the issued outstanding common shares. So JWAM, so they have a pretty large stake with Rev Capital, right? And basically, yeah, this is the whole thing of what they think should be done. Following unsuccessful attempt to construct dialogue with the board, J1 has filed a requisition corporate, and basically just gives more information of, you know, what needs to happen. So yeah, we'll see what happens in here. So Rev Capital is pretty in trouble right now, like meaning the value or share price has been drastically going down ever since it had its IPO. And I believe from its IPO, it hit basically, I think it was, I want to say close to $9 per share, but now it's less than that, right? It's at 23 cents. So it's that huge spread. valuation had dramatically went down ever since like 2018, 19, right? So it's been years now. So it's pretty crazy. Okay, so let's go here. Let's move on over to Lipase. And for Lipase, it's hitting its lower low as well. And you can see that for here, it hit a low of 6 cents, 5 cents on Thursday 22nd. So yeah, it looks like majority of the market kind of correlated, and it's been going down and hitting a new support. And you can see this, that it did touch that support and went down at 5 cents, then it came back up. But the market in December especially had seen a tremendous downturn for sure. And we can see here, if I go to Lipase, people are saying, you know, oh yeah, this one here, file report, insider money, more in. So this is just more of, I guess, what you can say, exercising of its common shares. You can see that, right? But yeah, so you can see the records of the under their document shows November 30th as their year end, and it's filed by March 31st. Then does anyone know what happened with the agreement with Rapid Dose Therapeutics and their quick strips? Management has really dropped the ball. So yeah, a lot of people, even you can see majority of people's consensus of the stocks have not been very good, meaning they're blaming the management dropping the ball and all that stuff, right? So market is really in a bloodbath, I guess you could say. Okay, so now let's move over to Lipase. So let's see what's gonna happen. You can see it's green here, the volume's green, but you know, you want to see the volume pick up to millions. So right now it's less than a million, and you can see here as well some of the press releases, right? But not much. So for BLGB, we can see as well support resistance hits a new lower low, and this one on January 3rd, it went to a low of 3 cents. So that's pretty low, guys. That's insane. And we'll see what's gonna happen in the next few weeks, and let's see if there's any catalyst, because right now there's not much catalyst. Like, I guess it doesn't show you here. BLGB buys back shares on cancellation. So this was the last one here on TradingView, was November 1st, 2021. So it's been a while. If I go to here, BLGB. So the last update here setter was November 25th, 2022. And just talks about the filing of the interim filing statement report. So if I click on this, yeah, you'll be able to see what's going on, their financials and so forth. So I go back. So you can see here my prediction next quarter, 25 cents, second quarter, 15 cents, third quarter, 0 cents. That's so funny. So if I were to sell before it's too late, then we have the benefit of not chatting here anyway. Waiting for the base of your opinion, blah, 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 blah. Tax loss, selling perhaps to an all the market and the merger I have. Yeah. Yeah, so like what I was saying before too is that majority of these guys, why they sell, especially if they don't have TFSA, meaning they just have a regular account and they can claim those loss in purpose of their tax, meaning that, you know, they didn't make any capital gain, they actually lost money, and they can recoup some of those money. So here you can see Canopy Growth, that it's in a V-shaped recovery. You can see also December 28th. So it looks like these guys are seeing a big loss on December 28th. It went to a low of $2.90, a high of $3.08, and it closed at $2.96. And yeah, you can see the same thing, like Rib Capital, the same thing on December 28th, right? Where basically you saw it went to a low of 18.5. For weed, the same thing, and went to a low of $2.90 is the low. Then after that, it just hovered after that, right? So it just kept on hovering and it's trying to go to a new support resistance. So if I go click on this here, so the support resistance I would say would be here. This is the support resistance, then this is the second support resistance. So we'll see what happens in the meantime. But as of 4 days ago, Canopy Growth closed sales of Canadian retail operation. Then Canadian pot stocks extend weakness as FDA waits on CBD regulation. So that was I guess that's what's happening. Why on December 28th, the stocks just dramatically went down around that date. And you can see in weed, if I go to the channel, so somebody's saying is yeah, I guess they're still exploring. That looks like announcement of Violet tourist deal. I suspect COVID supply chain issue, but long deal pretty low. Brody list rightfully, I don't mind it. And I can't remember where I saw that, but they were saying that for their yeah, so they try to divestiture, I can't even say this, divestiture of Canadian retail, and so that they can hit their mark for profitability. So this was this news here. So it's pretty extensive, but yeah, it talks about what they're trying to deinvest. And you can see over of the 420 transaction about Canopy Growth, blah blah blah. Then over of the OEGRC transaction, so acquired ownership of 23 Tokyo Smoke and 3 stores located across Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Newfoundland, and Labrador. As part of the OEGRC transaction, the Tokyo Smoke brand has been transferred to OEGRC, and all purchased store currently branded as Tweed will be rebranded. So they're rebranding Tweed. But yeah, so that's for weed. ACB as well. You can see that on the same day as everybody else, ACB, weed, Rib Capital, so forth, right? It hit a lower low of $1.11, right? So you can see that. So this guy's majority of the stocks in this industry, they're following the same trend. If one of the big guys are down, most likely the other big guy is down as well, if there's a bad news across the sector. You can see, and also a combination of a tax selling season, right? You can see here that it hit that new support resistance. So the support around here was at $1.10. Then after that, the resistance around $1.20, 22. Then you can see that once it did hit that, it tried to recover, then went to a new support resistance. But as of its current state on January 6th, on Friday, it hit a low $1.18, and then after that's just hovering there. So we'll see what happens if it can regain the bullish action from what we saw on. It was pretty much like what we saw on, I would say, around the summertime, where it was like the end of like June, right? It started to pick up June, August. Then after that, it started to going down again. It did a reverse trend, then it just kept on going down. So we'll see. It's pretty choppy still, but hopefully we see some news federally for the US federal space there. So ACB, what you can see, their building wasn't even finished, its basement, blah 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 blah. Oh yeah, and this you can see here on, what was this, January 4th, Aurora cannabis sales of Polaris facility balance sheet remains among strong. If you click on this, and they were saying that they sold the Polaris facility for approximately 50 million previously announced and closing under the company's ongoing transformation program to remain or to have that profitability and have a strong balance sheet. Okay, so last one is TLRY. So TLRY, you can see the same type of deal here, and on the 28th, it did hit that low of $3.44. Then it did a V-shaped kind of recovery here, where you can see this like a V, then go up. Then you can see the support and resistance. But yeah, like the same kind of type of deal of what's going on from the other stocks. If everybody's suffering with the reversal trend or the downtrend, then majority of the big guys will see it too. And if I go to TLRY, sorry, you can see Riff brand launches new series of limited edition strain in joint effort with craft growers. So this was on the 16th, so that's fine. Then TLRY brand to announce second quarter, then talks about the second quarter. Then after that on the 29th, so it looks like this guy's was saying to buy because it was super cheap at that time. Then earning next week, good or bad, will make it about 6 hours ago. So somebody said that. But anyway, what you can see here, the TLRY, the new support and resistance is here, and I can even highlight this, right? So copy this, paste this here, so it hit this support and resistance. So it's hovering on this new support and resistance. But we'll see what happens if we're gonna see the stock go back up or down. In the meantime, we're looking for that federal news that they're gonna do the Safe Bank acting or any updates on anything related to the federal, I guess you can say, legalization of the MJ space. And if we hear that this year, then that would be great. If not, then we might see more turbulence for the cannabis space. But as per usual, I'll show you how terrible my portfolio is right now. So you can see that I'm down like trailing 12 months, negative 40% and 94%, negative 40.94%, and unrealized gain or loss, negative 77.98%. So you can see Lipase is down 78.61%, 10K plus. For Riv Capital, down negative 80.02%. Almost 800, almost 900, so 810 and 75 cents, right? So that's what my current portfolio right now is looking at. So it doesn't look good, looks pretty bad, but we'll see what happens in the next few weeks and months. And as per usual, if you have any questions, definitely message me down below, send me a comment or private message me.